Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of SoTellUs Time. Today is an awesome day. Can you feel it in your bones? It's an awesome day. I can feel it. I know that today's an awesome day because we are going to teach you guys about the popcorn theory.
Yes.
This thing is awesome. It's exciting, and it's going to teach you a lot about your business. In fact, this episode is called The Popcorn Theory, Removing the Friction, Part 1, because this is going to be a multi-part sequence here. We've got a lot of information to talk about when it comes to removing the friction. So the funny thing about the popcorn theory is they call it the Microwave Popcorn Society. And really what it's talking about is that we've kind of gotten lazy and spoiled. We've become lazy and spoiled, and you'll understand here in just a minute. So the reason we talk about this is that, do you realize on your microwave, you can just hit cook time, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and start, and that will cook your popcorn perfectly.
Right?
It'll be a wonderful popped bag of popcorn.
That's like 5 clicks though, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
But that takes 5. You got to tap on the screen 5 times. And as a society, we all decided that was too much work. That's too hard. I don't want to have to click on the microwave 5 times. Why can't they just make this easier? So the microwave industry heard our demand. They heard us as a people, and they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to put a popcorn button on the microwave so that you don't have to go and press cook time, 2 minutes and 30 seconds and start. You just get to go up and hit popcorn. And then it starts cooking and your popcorn comes out beautifully. But it costs them hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, because they've got to like retool the whole factory and everything and the molds and all that to make a popcorn button there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, think about it though, Troy. It saves you like 2 or 3 clicks, 3 or 4 clicks. Like you don't have to click as much.
Yeah, like 2.5 seconds. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it too, because when are you making popcorn? It's not when you're rushing off to an important meeting, right? Yeah. Or you've got something like super important going on. You're making popcorn because you're about to sit down on the couch and watch a 2.5-hour movie or something.
Yeah. It's time to chill out and relax at the end of the night. Well, that makes sense. I don't want to have to push all those buttons. I'm tired. I've been working hard all day. I want to hit one button and have my delicious popcorn ready for me. Well, here's the thing is, guys. It wasn't just about the 2.5 seconds that it saved. The microwave industry understood this. It was about removing the friction that was preventing their customers from being happy, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about removing the friction, Troy.
All right. Yeah. So in your business, you want to be removing the friction. Now, we're not talking necessarily about the friction that you might feel in your business.
Yeah, no.
Right? The things that are going on in your processes or anything like that. What we're talking about is removing the friction for your customers or potential customers.
Yes.
And that's really important because if there is friction any part or along the way in any way, they're not going to do business with you.
Yep.
They'll go find someone that's going to make it easier for them, right? Again, 2.5 seconds. That's what we're talking about here. So how can you remove friction? And the first thing we're going to talk about today is be visible.
Yeah.
Or your visibility, right? So you want to make sure, first and foremost, that you don't make your customers have to search for your business.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times we see this with other businesses. It's crazy. And it's like so hard to get a hold of them or to find them or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you want to make it easy, right? Because the average person when they visit a website, how much time do they spend on the website, Trevor, before they make a decision?
You have to get their attention within 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
If you don't get their attention within 2 to 3 seconds, they're going to bounce off the page.
Exactly. So in the same sense, if you want to, you need to make sure that they can find you within just a few seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
well, think about what you guys do in your own businesses and lives, right? When you're looking for something, I know this is how I perform. Half the time I pull up my handy dandy cell phone and I whip it open and I go to my Google Maps and I do a search for whatever business I'm looking for. I get their phone number from there. Yep. I get their address from there, or sometimes I'm just going there because I want to get to their website. But it just is faster to go to Google Maps and type in, ride now. Yeah. And it's going to pull up the ride nows, and I just click on their website, and now I'm on their website. So, I mean, think about that though. I want to do it the laziest way possible. I'm not going and opening up the internet and typing it in and trying to think, is it ridenow.com or what is it?
Right.
And trying to figure that out. I just go to my Google Maps because I know they've got everything there.
Exactly. So you want to make sure that they can find you. So first and foremost, make sure that you are on all the social media sites.
Yes.
Because again, that's where so many people spend their free time. My wife on Facebook, she loves Facebook. She's on there all the time, right? So that's a great way to reach her is through Facebook. So make sure that, even if you're not actively promoting your business on social media sites, you need to at least have a presence there so that when someone is on Facebook and they're scrolling stuff and then they go, oh, shoot, Ride Now, I need to get a hold of them because I need work on my motorcycle, whatever it might be. They can literally just type in Ride Now, boom, there's a Facebook page, boom, there's a phone number.
Absolutely.
Right? So super fast. Again, like Trevor brought up, make sure you're listed on Google and any other directory out there because, again, Google, of course, Google is like number one, but other people use other directories. So you need to make sure that you are listed on all the directories.
And just do the free versions. You don't have to do a paid version necessarily. You can do the free versions,
right? The key is just being visible there. And then you want to make it easy for them to reach you. So, meaning easy to reach you is like you need to make sure that you put your phone number at the top of the website. This is so funny. We've been doing this for how many years?
20 plus?
20 plus, right? And I still come across websites all the time that their phone number is not at the top of the website. And the only place I can find it is if I go to their Contact Us page.
Which is usually buried at the end of the menu.
Exactly. And then I have to go through all their business information and then, oh, there's their phone number, right?
Yep.
Total pain in the butt. So make it available so that make it available on every page.
Yeah.
So that no matter what page they are, when your website tells them, yes, I want to use this company, boom, they can, contact you right away.
Yep.
The next thing is make sure that your phone number is clickable.
Yes.
Because again, Trevor just talked about what does he do? He doesn't go to his computer and do a search there.
No.
He grabs his phone, he does a search, goes to the website. So you need to make sure that they can click on that phone number and it will, with one click, dial your business.
Yep, absolutely. And on that same note of phone numbers, again, with like your Google Places and all these different directories, make sure your phone number's there. It's funny. The other day, I was searching for a client of ours, and I went and looked him up on Google Maps, and there was no phone number to click on. There was no, because if you have a phone number, it has the click to call. It has a call button. There was no call button. And I was thinking, what in the world? They had their website address on there. I hit them up and I said, why don't you have a click to call on here? And they're like, oh, well, we didn't even realize. So for everybody that didn't realize, make sure you put your phone number in everything you do.
Yes.
Website, directories, social media, everything.
Exactly. And then you want to give them several ways to contact you, right? This isn't the old school world where it was like phone number and that was it.
Yeah.
Or phone number and email, right? So you need to give them phone number, email, text, chat box. Another one is a website form, the form on your website. Give them different ways to reach out to you because people are different, right? My wife wants to pick up the phone, boom, call you and talk to you. Me, I'm an introvert. I don't want to talk to anybody. So I would much rather fill out a form or do a chat.
So here's one tip on the forms. Most people just have a Contact Us form on their Contact Us page that is buried at the end of their menu. When we are telling and advising people on their websites, we actually tell them, like, look, you should have multiple ways on the first page, the home page for them to contact you. So usually it's like phone number at the top, which stays there the whole time while they're scrolling. Then there's going to be some sort of opt-in or contact us form after maybe the hero image. Then there's going to be some more information. And then usually we have them do their, reviews. And then we have another contact us form near the bottom of the page. So it's like 3 times on that page at any time they can contact you.
Yes, exactly. Because again, we want to make it as easy as possible.
Remove the friction.
Hey, there we go. Dang, that was good. All right. The other thing too is like with mailers, if you're sending out mailers, and I've seen people make this mistake all the time, they have one way to contact them, and it's in one place on the mailer.
Yep.
So if you don't see it right off the bat, you're like, oh, I don't even know how to get a hold of these guys. Make sure you have at least 3 ways for them to contact you. So it could be phone number, it could be text, email, website, right? 3 different ways on your mailer so that they can get a hold of you quickly and make it easy for them to get a hold of you. The next thing is make sure that your advertising is putting you in front of your potential customers instantly.
Yeah.
Because they do not want to have to search for you.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times it's like, oh, I looked for this business and I couldn't find them, so I just called somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what?
Absolutely.
You had already made the decision to do business with them, and because you couldn't find them in your first Google search or whatever it might be, you were out the door and you were using somebody else. Yeah. So how do you do that? Well, it can be Google Ads, right? It can be Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Google Guaranteed. If you don't know what Google Guaranteed is a great service for people that are in the service industry, especially like home services. And we'll talk more about that in another episode, but look into Google Guaranteed. It's a way for you to advertise and get to the very top of the first page of Google with Google backing you and actually giving a guarantee that you're going to do a great job. And they back it up with their own guarantee. So Google Guaranteed is another way to do it.
Yeah.
Retargeting ads. We've talked about that in the past too, where someone's come and they visited your website. So now you're utilizing retargeting ads so that no matter where they go on the internet, it doesn't even matter if they're on CNN.com or Fox News, right?
Oh, yeah.
They can see your ads showing up on those pages.
Absolutely. And one more thing I want to add to this one too, 2 things actually, is posts, okay? Because think about it. So Google has their Google post section, right? And no businesses ever use it, but they should be because it's Google. Hello, it's the first page. It's going to be on the first page when people are looking you up.
Yeah.
So Google posts, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, all these social media. Make sure that you are doing something on them. A lot of times we even refer to it ourselves personally as fluff marketing, right?
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily, it's, not necessarily going to send little dollars out and bring its little friends back, but it is going to keep you relevant and keep you there. And when someone does look you up on Facebook or whatever it is, they see that you're staying up to date and that you're posting things and that you're active. The other thing is, a big thing that people struggle with on this section of it is, where do I spend my money?
Yeah.
So one thing I want you guys to think about is, we, like, personally for us and our company, we have a cost of acquisition threshold. Like we don't want to spend more than this to acquire a customer. And what that does for us is different marketing is going to cost you different amounts of money to acquire that customer. And it's not going to all be equal. You might have one. So for us, like, we might have a one way that it costs us $200 to acquire a customer. And we may have another way that it costs us $600 to acquire a customer. But as long as it's below our threshold and we're being profitable with it, then we continue to do it. And a lot of people struggle with that. They go, oh, well, this, Google ads really cost me a lot of money to acquire the customer. Well, the question really is, but are you profitable off of that customer? Because it doesn't matter if it costs you more. If Google ads cost you more than Facebook ads, it doesn't matter as long as you're profitable.
Yes.
So you don't just stop a marketing strategy or an avenue of revenue, as I say, because it costs more money. You need to have, in order to really truly grow a business, you need to have multiple avenues of revenue. And guess what? Channels and things change all the time. A lot of people love referrals. We all love referrals, but referrals can dry up easily.
Yeah.
Facebook, I can tell you this, Facebook used to produce 50% of our sales every month. 50%. And now they produce, like, let's just say if we do on average 100 sales in a month, Facebook will probably equate to less than 10 of those.
Yes.
I mean, normally probably around 4 or 5. And Google and referral partners and all of our different avenues will help equate to that full number of like 100 clients or whatever. But it's amazing because it would have been, back in the day, it would have been 50 from Google and 50 from Facebook. Well, Facebook changed things. They're changing their algorithm all the time, and it's not super profitable anymore as it was.
It's below our threshold. That's what's important is, even though it may only bring in between 5 and 10 sales a month, we don't turn it off.
Exactly.
Right? We keep it going because it's profitable.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say. We still do it. Guess what? We still market on Facebook because of our threshold. So that's something I want you guys to think about your business too. And this is not homework. I'm just going to give it to you right now because we still got some more things to go over. But think about, what is it worth? Like, what's your threshold for acquiring a customer? Put that number out there. And then when you're looking at your marketing, it's going to make things a lot easier for you to go, okay, cool. Well, Google cost me this. Facebook cost me this. Retargeting cost me this. Instagram, paying someone to do my Instagram cost me this. Mailers cost me this. And as long as each one of those avenues of revenue is lower than your threshold, it's worth doing.
Yes.
And now if you go over that, then you can say, okay, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. But still, it's just something to think about, because a lot of people struggle with this, and it's like they want to cherry pick the best things. And then they go, well, crap, that worked for 6 months, but it's not working anymore.
Yeah.
So think of it a little bit differently, tweak your mindset, and this is going to help your guys' business grow immensely. All right, Troy, on to the next thing.
All right. So the last thing we're going to talk about in regards to removing friction for visibility is branded gifts. And you're going to be like, wait, what? Branded
gifts? This is a cool
gifts?
one. I like this one.
But this one is actually pretty cool. So what is a branded gift? It's basically any kind of gift that you would give a customer or a potential customer that has your branding on it with contact information.
Yep.
Right? For them to get back to you. So it could be pens that have your name on it. It could be a really popular one, bottle openers.
Yeah.
Right? How many times are people going, man, I wish I had a bottle opener?
And totally.
So you give them one, and what are they going to do? They're going to keep it forever. Right? Fridge magnets. And I actually have a story about this. This one's actually pretty funny. So we needed to get some new keys made for our office. I found a place on Google. It was really close. Called them up. They could make the special key that we need. They could do 4 of them. They had 4 in stock. So I ran over there. I got 4 keys made, and their customer service was great. They were awesome. And they had actually a little mat on the desk there where you sign, for the receipt. And it said, we really appreciate reviews on Google and Yelp. So I was like, we did a great job. I said, what do you want, a review on Google or Yelp? And they're like, Google. I said, okay, great. I'll give you a review on Google. This is 2.5 miles away from the office. I started driving back. I got a phone call, about work. I was thinking about that, but I got back here and I was like, oh, I need to remember to do that Google review. So I jumped on, I did a search, and I'm like, oh, let's see, Paddington Locksmith. There's no Paddington Locksmith near me. Well, that's weird. So I'm searching around. I can't find it. I'm like, and I was going to give up. But then I'm like, wait a minute. In the bag that they had given me was a little fridge magnet that had their name and phone number on it. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I took that magnet and I was like, we always need to get new keys made all the time, right?
Yep.
For all these different things. So I threw that on the fridge in the office, and I was able to go look up their business. So they probably spent, I don't know, 25 cents on that little fridge magnet.
At the most, yeah.
At the most. But not only is it going to get them more business, because we're going to go back to them, because now I know who they are and where they're at, and I'll remember it because it's on the magnet's on the fridge. But 2, they got a Google review out of it too.
Yeah.
Because I was so busy, I didn't remember the name, and I could have just easily given up. So doing something like that, right? We've talked about in the past, if you're a garage door opening company, you put the sticker on the wall right next to the garage door button. But branded gifts are a great way to make sure that people have, visibility to your business and they come back.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's go on to the homework, Trevor. What's the homework?
Homework for today is look at your business and find a point of friction that you guys can smooth out over the next coming weeks. How can you make something in the process of finding your business? Because remember, this is Removing the Friction Part 1. We've got a multi-series coming on removing the friction, because there is a lot of friction that can be happening in your business, places you may not see. So we're going to take each section. This is all about finding you. Make sure that when your clients are looking for you, they can find you wherever that is that they're looking. So make sure you guys are there. So take this week, look at your business, and see, where do I need to smooth it out and remove a little bit of friction when it comes to my potential customers finding me online or, on flyers or wherever it is that they're looking. Okay? All right, guys. Well, this was a wonderful day to be with you guys. We love it. Tuesday mornings are awesome. Mondays, it's all about cranking hard and getting it done. Tuesday mornings, hopefully you can breathe a little bit more and you enjoy listening to this with us. We love you. We appreciate you guys. Please like, share, comment, get it out there. It is growing growing fast, and we are loving it. It's so fun to see all the downloads come in, all the new subscribers. I know you guys are out there promoting us because it is happening like wildfire. Not like California wildfire, but more like
In a good way.
In a good way. Wildfire in a good way, not a bad way. Trevor, don't bring that up. Gosh. All right, guys. We will check you guys out on the next So Tell Us Time.